Hey everybody, it's Zach from Myshire Farm. Thank you for watching, and we are in Miamisburg, Ohio, and we have about a 30-acre farm here. We raise Angus cow and goats and pigs and chickens and peacocks and rabbits and bees, and we have quail. And that's mainly what this YouTube channel is all about, is helping you raise Coturnix quail, giving you the best practices, and sharing our experiences with you so that you can better succeed into raising quail. So today's video, we're actually going to talk about our favorite farm animal, our favorite homestead and self-sufficient animal, the Coturnix quail. We're going to give you a ton of reasons why you should look into it, and I really do think that this video is going to help all kinds of people watching this video, whether you're thinking about getting into quail or you've never heard about quail before, or you just got into it and you're trying to explain to your spouse or your family or friends why you're doing it because they think you're crazy, or if you're even trying to sell some, these are going to give you some really good tips on how to talk to people about the benefits of raising quail. But before we do that, I really want to get into how we got into it because you might be able to relate. So we moved to the farm about 13, 14 years ago. And when we moved here, we just wanted to do everything. We wanted to raise cows. We wanted to garden. We wanted to do this. We wanted to do that. And so we started doing all this stuff. Well, we kept ordering in all these meat chickens, raising them up and butchering. Well, we didn't really get the eggs because they were meat chickens. And then we just kept ordering from an outside source to get meat in. So we didn't really feel like we were being self-sufficient. So Jenna did a lot of research. She found Coturnix quail because, believe it or not, 13 years ago, there wasn't a lot of information out there about it, right? So she found Coturnix quail, we got some in, and we absolutely fell in love. We think that they're the foundation, or it could be the foundation of any homestead, backyard, farm, or ranch. We think it's a great addition to any of that if you're already doing it. And we're going to get into the reasons why in just a few minutes. But we got into quail, and then we said, you know what? I think we could sell these. I think we could make this a home business, a farm business. And so that's what we did. We have established it into something. We've got our website at myshirefarm.com if you want to check that out. And we ship over 1 million eggs all over the US, and now we're shipping into Canada. So, you know, this is our farm business, and we absolutely love them. We raise about 6,000 to 8,000 at any given time in our quail barn. So we've made every mistake under the book. So if you follow this YouTube channel, believe me, we're going to do plenty of videos about all of our mistakes so that you don't have to make the same ones. But when we started doing it, again, it was because we wanted something that we could reproduce and get meat and eggs out of, where we didn't have to continue to go out and get an outside source to bring them in. So that's why we started with Coturnix quail. Now, let me tell you a couple reasons why we love Coturnix quail, and we fell in love very quickly. So number one, they need very little space. They need 3 quail per square foot. So, you know, if you're familiar with raising rabbits, you know, it's just a little tiny cage. And if you get a rabbit hutch, you can probably fit about 12 to 15 in there, get about 10 to 14 eggs a day. I mean, you're golden. That's plenty of eggs. Hatch some out, keep some for the butcher for your meat, and then eat the rest. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So very little space. Now, when you do hatch them out on day 1, they're only needing to be in a brooder with a lamp for 3 weeks. Sometimes 4, but mainly 3 weeks. So it's a very short brooder time. Now, from day old to when they start laying eggs is as early as 6 weeks old. So it's a very fast turnaround time. So if you're wanting to get into self-sufficiency or homesteading, or, you know, do something in your backyard to kind of control what you're eating or know what you're eating, you know, this is a great fast turnaround time that can lead into other things. I always tell people that quail is kind of the gateway to self-sufficiency for a lot of people. So as early as 6 weeks, which is absolutely amazing. Now, they're ready to butcher at 8 to 10 weeks. Now, if you're not very familiar with homesteading and things like that, and the butchering thing kind of freaks you out, you don't have to. It's okay. But, you know, homesteading and self-sufficiency, it's providing meat and eggs from what you've done, from what you've fed them, from what you've collected, how you've taken care of them. You know what's going inside you, which is very nice. So they'll start laying eggs at 6 weeks. You can butcher at 8 weeks, a very fast turnaround time. They lay about 300 eggs a year, which is fantastic. So almost an egg a day. And they'll lay for about 2 years straight, as long as they have artificial light. So if you give them natural light, they'll take the winter off. It's cold, it's, cloudy and not enough daylight and things like that. But if you give them some artificial light, and it could even be some, Christmas lights, it doesn't have to be a lot, they'll lay 300 eggs plus for you a year. Doesn't matter, or it depends on the variety, which is the next point. There is a ton of different varieties. So we've got, jumbos that are large meat, and then we've got standards that are egg producers that lay, 330, 340 eggs a year. And then we've got really large egg layers, and then we've got pretty colored eggs like the celadons, and then, all kinds of different feathered color. I mean, there's so many options. There's no way you can get bored with them, which is also kind of cool. Also, they're very easy to breed. So it's 5 hens to 1 quail, throw them in a cage, feed them and water them, hatch them out, and you're golden. And then you can replace your old breeders with the new breeders and just always have meat and eggs going for your family. And we do have a ton of videos on this YouTube channel already about how to raise quail, how to butcher, quail math, how many to start with, and things like that. We're going to be doing a lot of new videos coming up, so stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And then I do want to give you one last one, and that is very limited regulations by the local, state, or federal government. So a lot of places you can't even raise chickens. Or if you can raise chickens, you can't raise roosters. So you can't, be self-sufficient because you got to bring in new chickens because you can't fertilize your eggs, and things like that. With quail, very limited regulations, if any. I've only heard of one place, and I've only heard about it once, so I don't know what that was about as far as the regulations on Coturnix quail. They're kind of really below the radar as far as laws and regulations go, and so they're kind of considered like pets. So, you can have easily a small little cage of pet quail that's going to provide meat and eggs for you. If you're already doing gardening and goats and other animals and chickens, this is just another great addition to have some more eggs or easier eggs to raise or some different kind of meat or whatever. So it's a very fast turnaround time. It's a great addition, but it's a great way to start your self-sufficient journey. So I hope that I inspired you to at least look into it and see if it's for you. I understand that it's not for everybody, but believe you me, if you get into it and you try it, you won't regret it. It's a great experience, and we're going to bring you a ton of videos on how to be successful with raising quail. And every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're live right here on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm, for a live question and answer. So you're always welcome to join in, join the community, have a great time. We do a lot of fun things, and obviously ask your questions, and we'll be happy to help you on your adventure with Coturnix quail. We've got a lot of great resources that you can look at to find out more information. That's our next video, so stay tuned for that. And thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you like and subscribe because we've got a lot more information coming your way. Until next time, everybody, stay safe.